Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays the Binding of Isaac. We're just gonna random here. Not Blue Baby. Oh, be careful what you wish for sometimes. Eve is among my least favorite characters in the game. I think that much kind of goes without saying. At least it's not another Blue Baby run. We did have a very good Blue Baby run fairly recently, but you know, it's nice to get a little bit of variety in there. It's like, you know, if you're always having a ham sandwich for lunch, you're not gonna be excited about lunch for that much longer, you know? Mostly because ham is an inferior meat, and, you know, turkey or some kind of chicken maybe is what you want to go with. Prosciutto, salami, spaghetti, linguine, all sorts of different eenies that you can have. Maybe you can get a few martinis, if you know what I mean. Well, maybe only if you're the boss. Anyway, Mom's Bra is an okay item. I've kind of reversed my opinion on this. I already have like a negative 15 opinion modifier for Mom's Bra because it forces me to think about the bosom of my own mother who, well, beloved, I don't think of in that way, and I feel pretty okay about not thinking of her in that way. So, I mean, already I've got like a little bit of a negative bias. Also, like, long term, it's not a great item, but short term, it can make some really difficult rooms a lot easier. So that's, you know, the nicest thing that I can say about Mom's Bra. And, you know, beyond that, we just have no other spacebar item available, so we might as well just use it, right? So Mom's Bra is gonna freeze. Duke of Flies. This will allow me to at least do some decent damage to him before he starts moving again, which is actually fairly important because, Duke of Flies, you know, right after the freezing ends, which it just did, is going to summon a ton of flies, and that's going to really inhibit the rate at which we can actually hit him because those flies are going to block the shots that come in. So that might save me from using a bomb here. This is just a very kind of minute example of the usefulness, potentially, of Mom's Bra, but an example nonetheless. 3 or 4 more hits on Duke of Flies here should be able to finish the job. 1 more, yep, and this is a fairly easy boss fight. Obviously, I'm hoping for... It's gotta either be something that improves our damage, either with rate of fire or raw damage, or something that improves our HP. Or both. Squeezy is kind of a little bit of both, but it's mostly just a Tears upgrade. Those Spirit Hearts that I get here are probably not gonna last me till the end of the game. And now the most important thing for us is absolutely getting another key. So we will probably check out this curse room as well. But so far, it's a nice Eve run, you know. I come up with all these weird analogies. That was a really bad bit of damage to take there. I come up with all these weird analogies for how I kind of conceptualize our characters here in The Binding of Isaac. Okay, well, I like both of those, actually. That was very good. And for Eve, I kind of feel like, you know, you have a lower chance of success, and there's not much else working in her favor. Like, the only thing working in her favor is really Whore of Babylon, so... It's like a really 1 in 100 shot. It's actually probably like a 1 in 4 shot that you end up being able to use Whore of Babylon. If you are able to use it, then having Whore of Babylon is a pretty nice boost, but it's something that never benefits you in the early game, if you get what I'm saying. Lots of Spirit Hearts, though, much to my surprise. It's something that never benefits you in the early game, and that's, okay, I wanted to say this for the boss, obviously, but unfortunately, I had to... You know, make some things happen for myself here. I really wanted to kind of wait and just attack that champion directly. Come on, oh god. Okay, just die before you hit me because you're going to do the most damage. Thank god we got a key out of that. So in many ways, I kind of feel like Eve is like playing as like a, I don't know, like a savant or something like that. And, you know, I apologize if that sounds offensive, but for a lot of things in our life here as Eve, we're going to have some, you know, serious demonstrable problems. But there is that, you know, 1 in a million chance that we'll go to Vegas and make a ton of money. And Quad Shot actually does put us a little closer to achieving that goal, I guess. Good item, especially if we can get some tier effects that would be nicely synergistic with it. I don't know if that's a real word now that I've started, you know, blogging on Northernlion.me. There's a cheap shout out right there. Now that I've started blogging on Northernlion.me, I've realized that a lot of the words that I say, despite fancying myself as, you know, somewhat erudite, those words don't actually exist. So I don't really know what I'm talking about. Looks like on this floor we're going to get Quad Shot plus a cube of meat and the potential for a deal with the devil. Little disappointing because you like to have 1 HP upgrade before you go to that deal with the devil, just so that you're not giving up potentially all of your health to pick up an item. We can still get 1 hard deals with the devil, but I almost hope we just fight Krampus here because that would go nicely with our Quad Shot. It's Brimstone, but I'm pretty sure Brimstone would kill us, so I'm just going to walk out instead. It would either kill us or it would certainly come close. So I think we just leave, and we've basically done all we can do on this floor without playing that curse room. So yeah, pretty good. And next time we get a key, we will be able to maybe go to the shop and make that happen. Yeah, you know, we haven't gotten the best boss room item so far. Guppy's tail is fairly likely to be as much of a detriment as it is a positive, at least for now. But we have a passable spacebar item and a beyond passable amount of damage. Really need to stack up some HP. Really need consumables in the form of keys in particular. But bombs would also be something that I wouldn't be, you know, disagreeing with. Or disagreeable with, I suppose. See, now I'm making an extra effort to correct myself. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Let's just stand out of the way here. And beyond, you know, I did say we're doing beyond a good amount of damage, or beyond an adequate amount of damage, but that could still obviously improve. Let's check out our shop first, but we're gonna go to our boss room before we do anything, just so that I have the potential here to do as much damage as possible. So I'm really hoping to get Q of Meat to actually do something, but it doesn't appear to really be doing anything at all. So yeah, we took out about what, like 10% of Gertie's health over the course of that first phase there. I am expecting... Oh, come on, Nub. Yeah, you gotta be dead, man. There we go. Now, maybe Gertie will choose to summon, like a green Nub, which would make my life a little bit easier. But as long as Gertie chooses not to summon enemies, in particular flies, I think that's the only enemy that it actually can summon, then my life is totally fine. Even if she does summon flies, I've just gotta get out of the way. This is the real piss-off right here, when you have flies and Nubs. Because, you know, there's like two phases for how you attack Gertie. You either semicircle or you focus on enemies. And I don't like focusing on two enemies at once. It's not really focus if it's divided. That's a motto you can put on a motivational poster and hang up in your office as you work for 5 years to try to get promoted to vice president of bullshit. I don't even know if that's a real job title. I'm going to go ahead and guess not. Unless you work at one of those cool companies where everyone uses a standing desk. Two of Hearts. May or may not be useful. Not immediately useful at the bare minimum. We can say that with confidence. But if we come across an arcade, it might be handy. Unfortunately, without another HP upgrade, that's a pretty nasty way to end this floor. But we did pick up the compass. No key for sale in here, which is disappointing as well. But there is a curse room and a mini-boss room, both of which could be of the utmost importance. Let's check out our curse room first. Yes, it will cost us a spirit heart to go in, but we do have the potentiality of becoming Guppy here. So we've got to make a good play for that. And you know, if we do become Guppy, especially if we end up doing it via a route that requires Guppy's Paw, or includes Guppy's Paw, then Whore of Babylon will factor in as well, and we'll be feeling pretty good about things. That's Holy Grail! Oh my god, I did not even know that Holy Grail could just appear in curse rooms. I thought that was deal with the angel rooms exclusively, but that is a flying item that is also an HP upgrade. I kind of desperately needed both of those, so this is maybe the perfect item for us to get right now, beyond the obvious ones that I always talk about. Might as well freeze Super Wrath here, and I say that because, you know, he's gonna be a little bit annoying to take care of. So if we can do at least, you know, a quarter or a third of his health, or even, you know, approaching half here, then I feel pretty good about things. The fact that we can actually fly is gonna make our lives a lot easier here. And it may also allow me to kind of use Wrath's bombs against him. But we kind of need to just put ourselves in a position where I can actually survive first. Super Wrath, kind of an asshole to fight. He's been showing up all the time lately. And especially if you're slow and you don't have the ability to fly, he is maybe the second hardest mini-boss after Ultra Pride, who is just a goddamn nightmare most of the time. Alright, I wish those bombs still responded to knockback. It's okay, though. If I could just get you in a position. There we go. More bombs. That's really good, actually. We're obviously going to use our key to go to the item room. But apart from that, I think we should use our bombs to try to find a secret room. We might be able to find another item in there. There it is. Lucky me. And it looks like on the next floor, we may have a drastically increased chance of actually being able to go to the shop again, provided we actually get another key to make that happen. So that was a pretty good turnaround on this floor. Shot speed up plus a tarot card is pretty bad, but obviously we then picked up, oh my god, we got the D6. That is unexpected. We'll reroll Mom's Bra into the Yum Heart. Okay, that's just comical at this point. But I like that a lot. It's certainly better than Mom's Bra. We got Compass, Shot speed upgrade plus a tarot card, the ability to fly, and an HP upgrade. Those are pretty good gets for us here. Let's open up. Now we have to worry about, you know, having enough rerolls, but we're not quite best of both worlds. Like, I would still rather have started this run just as vanilla Isaac, although we do have the ability to fly now, and Isaac's amount of HP, but, you know, not having the D6 for, like, several floors. Ooh, we found the secret room. Not having the D6 for several floors is kind of annoying. and might inhibit our chances, but it's nice that we actually got it to begin with. So we're going to be fighting Super Greed. This could, at best, probably give us a reroll pedestal. Catacombs Part 2 is probably, like, the first floor where I'm not interested at all in picking up the Steam sale, just due to the kind of proximity we have to the end of the game. And our damage is still real bad. That's, oh my god. Dead Bird, just get in there. I don't even care if you attack, pardon me, I don't even care if you attack Greed, just attack the Greed heads at least. Like, I can't get close right now. And I've taken a Spirit Heart and a half worth of damage, and we're only less than halfway through the fight. Now a little bit more than halfway, because Dead Bird is actually doing its fucking job, but... Okay, now we move. Watch out for the other Greed heads. I don't even know how close these guys are to death, because I haven't been paying attention to them at all. There we go. See, if Dead Bird had started that a little earlier, we could have maybe saved an entire Spirit Heart. Well, we ended up just picking up a bunch of money, and our tarot card here is the Moon, which takes us to the secret room. We're probably going to want to use that Two of Hearts instead, because we have the opportunity to go to the boss trap room by way of the arcade here, if we play our cards right. And we need that HP from the blood bag. But beyond that, I need a damage upgrade or another Tears upgrade somehow. Apparently I was told, and again, I take this with a grain of salt because it's just from an unsolicited YouTube comment, which may or may not color your opinion of how you should take this comment, but I was told that Tears upgrades affect your Tears more positively than Tears downgrades affect them negatively. So it's not a 1-to-1 ratio. It's like if you get a Tears upgrade, maybe that's like plus 0.4 or something like that. And if you get a Tears downgrade, then it's like minus 0.25. So it's still like, if you get a Tears upgrade followed by a Tears downgrade, I was told, and am skeptical, but you know, maybe you can confirm this, I was told that that is still a net positive relative to what it was before. May or may not be correct. Extra Spirit Heart, pretty useful. Obviously, this is a pretty big moment for us. Probably should have saved that half heart. Could have made some good stuff happen with the Two of Hearts there. But we're going to get down to 1 heart to start with. And the money's useful here too, but then we're going to go to the boss trap room. Inside we find 1 HP upgrade, which again, or not again, but you know, at this point you know that stem cells and other just like base HP upgrades with no other attributes associated with them, they're fine. They're actually like basically necessary. It's like the eating your vegetables of Isaac. You know, your mom's always like, eat your vegetables, I want you to grow up to be big and strong, and if you have like six-pack abs when you're in high school, you're gonna get laid, and that's gonna be good for my genes and stuff like that. She doesn't probably say that out loud unless your mom is, you know, Richard Dawkins, noted geneticist, and also, I guess, anti-theologian or something. But anyway, yeah, it's like that, you know? Nobody wants, oh, if you could have any item in the world here, what would you have? I want to have ice cream for dinner. I want to have mom's knife. I want to have Polyphemus. Yeah, okay. Everybody wants to, you know, self-improvement is masturbation. Self-destruction is something, the best laid plans of mice and men. It's that Fight Club quote. Yes, I'll have the Fight Club. Can I get extra bacon, but hold the mayonnaise, please? Anyway, let's take these pills, because I've completely forgotten what I was talking about. Pill 1 is a Tears upgrade. Pill 2 is a Tears downgrade. Even if, you know, one of them's not as big in magnitude as the other, I think it'd still be pretty stupid of me to take the Tears downgrade here. That would just be tempting fate. But yeah, you need HP upgrades. You need them to trade to Satan. You need them to carry you through the game in case you don't get a lot of Spirit Hearts, which is, you know, something that happens fairly frequently. I'm not using the Two of Hearts yet, by the way. And the reason for that is maybe not 100% obvious like I thought it was, but basically I'm just kind of biding my time with that, and maybe I'll be able to use it later. If we find more hearts that drop, I can maybe make use of it later, but I like being in the Whore of Babylon state as well when I have so many Spirit Hearts, so I think it's a good idea for me to just hold on to this special power as long as I can, because my damage is like a real sore spot for me. And I don't mind playing until we get down to maybe 20 cents, 25 cents, because we'll probably get more money, especially if we find another blood bank, and we don't have any keys right now, so that's definitely our #1 concern. My luck has been pretty terrible so far. You'd think that we'd win, you know, roughly 1 every 3 times on the 3-headed Monty, at least. I'm not sure if that's the actual, you know, math programmed in there. Once we, oh, the pill, that's a Tears downgrade. It is a Tears downgrade. Gosh darn it. Well, we'll continue to play 3-head Monty until we get down to 20 cents. Well, okay, that's gonna make it take a little longer, and I hate when the game does that, but oh, keys would mean I could leave. Hey, okay, thank you very much. We still want red hearts, but we can get those much more frequently from random room drops as opposed to keys, which are maybe the most precious resource when it comes to consumables in terms of just, like, keeping your run alive. Man, our shot speed increases a lot with Whore of Babylon. Or am I just, like, is that the weird placebo effect that I have going on here? It seems like my tears are traveling an awful lot faster. Okay, we got a 2 of clubs, which doubles our bombs. In this case, gives us 2 bombs, not really doubling our bombs. 2 times 0, not 0, in case you haven't gotten that lesson yet. Allow me to be your math teacher. Yes, I was a former pseudo-English teacher, but I can definitely teach you that anything times 0 is 0. There's one simple trick. Mathematicians hate him! Okay. I don't want to re-roll the d20 just yet, because we can make some very good stuff happen with the d20 and the blood bank. By the way, the reason I am not picking up Cursed Skull is because I think it's actually more trouble than it's worth. There are probably some odd situations where Cursed Skull is actually like an improvement and could maybe make some funky stuff happen. Good funky stuff as opposed to bad funky stuff, but what I really don't want to do is get 80% of the way through a boss, fall down to half of a heart, and then get teleported out and have to fight the boss again from the beginning. In fact, I really struggle to think of situations where that would be a good thing to happen. Please give me some more red hearts here, because I really want to play... Okay, well, let's go look at Satan first. We'll definitely pick up the Pact. I think there's no point in even re-rolling this. And I say that because, well, let's just see what our pills are first before I lose my train of thought. 2 tiers upgrades is awesome. I say that because I'm pretty sure that would just kill us if we took another deal, even though I do want to become Guppy if possible. Okay, one of these is bad trip, so we don't want that. I was really hoping that there was a full health there, obviously. I don't know if we can do anything with this d20. I could pop the 2 of hearts, but then we'd only get 1 more play on the blood bank, so I don't think it's worth it. I think we just pick up the d20, put it back down, and then re-roll it, unfortunately. And we get Doctor's Remote, which is bad, but, you know, we could look for the second secret room with that if I have more patience, but I don't. So it's unfortunate that we didn't really get what I wanted to get out of that. And you know what? I would rather leave 2 of hearts behind and take 2 of clubs with me. So, not the best floor, but we did get the Pact, which is really good. Yeah, let's move on. Bad trip, by the way. I'm just gonna take a sip of my coffee and I'll explain why I didn't take bad trip again. The reason I didn't take bad trip again, and this is something that most people are gonna know probably if you've watched the videos for a while or you play Isaac yourself, but it only gives you full health. You know, it does turn into a full health pill, but only if you don't have Spirit Hearts to back up the half red heart that you're on. So it's kind of unfortunate in that respect, because if it worked the same way, if it filled up your red hearts, ignoring your Spirit Hearts, that would be awesome. That's a full health pill. We could have used that in the last floor, and then made good use of the d20, re-rolled it anyway, and still gotten something out of the blood bank. Whether it's money that then gets re-rolled into something else via the d20, or anything else. But we got map plus compass, hard to complain about that. We'll buy another key as well. And now that I can see exactly where I'm going, I might as well just fight this mini-boss right away. Because we'll have a reroll available to use on him if I need to, or if I get the opportunity to is probably more likely here, but I doubt I will have the opportunity to, yeah, basically. But we can still go to our, I think it's better to go to our boss fight first, simply because we're closer to it than we are to the item room. No, it's like, actually we're a little bit further away, so this is a bad decision, but I made that bed, so it's time to lie in it. Maybe we'll get something in a secret room that I can re-roll, and then the math would line up basically perfectly. Well, you know, more money's fine, too. I'm okay with that. This run's shaping up pretty nicely. It's a pretty, like, steadfastly... fucking knockback caused me to lose the Spirit Heart there by knocking that dude into me as I tried to dodge around him. My own fault for shooting, admittedly, but still. Ooh, that's another dime there. There's probably an argument to be made, by the way, that I should have taken the d20 instead of the d6, but I'm so much more familiar with the d6, and it does neutralize a lot of the problems that you have as non-Isaac characters, which is, you know, they're already maybe worse than Isaac most of the time, except for maybe Cain and maybe Judas as well. But then add in the fact that they can't re-roll bad items, and they just get, like, incredibly worse, so I feel okay about... taking the d6 instead of the d20. The Lover's card may or may not be useful. If it's useful, it probably won't be on this floor. Any second now, he's going to pay out with an HP upgrade that is going to make, you know, reaffirm my faith in humanity. This is another judgment. Please pay out soon, because I really want to use this other judgment on a potential deal with the devil. You motherfucker. Thank you. Okay, so you gave me an HP upgrade. 10 cents is still pretty good for Judgment. So let's take Judgment into this boss fight. And maybe we'll get Pageant Boy or something. But remember, this means that Judgment pays out with, if there's a deal with the devil and Judgment pays out, he pays out with a deal with the devil item. So if we end up not getting any payout, I'm going to blame that entirely on Judgment number 1 being kind of an asshole. But still, it's hard to be mad at him considering he did give us an HP upgrade, a much needed HP upgrade as well. And beyond that, also gave me the Judgment card in the first place to try to play the second one. I can't believe I didn't get hit there. Probably deserved to get hit there. I hate that I've got Gish locked in this fucking, you know, continuous limbo or continuous cycle of just jumping and leaping up and down over and over, but easy fight, and we'll get a much needed familiar that will help us out a lot on our path towards what I hope is success here. So just a couple more hits, and with Gish dead, we do get a deal with the devil. Might be Krampus. I was kind of hoping it was Krampus. So we put down our Judgment, and it is Demon Judgment. I was a little bit, I guess, wary about that, because it does make it a little bit less likely that it'll pay out, just because I have less health to back it up than I do money. And do we... Oh, we don't have to start giving it Spirit Hearts. We got very lucky there. So I'm going to pick up the Mark, which is basically just a free Spirit Heart plus attribute upgrades at this point. Reroll the other deal with the devil items. I can't not take Guppy's head. I'm sorry. I know that seems like I'm just throwing health down the drain, but if we have the chance to become Guppy with Whore of Babylon, it'll be so huge for us. I know we haven't been to the item room, but I wanted to get that red heart. So we have the Emperor card, we have the Lover's card, we have the Two of Clubs. That's probably what I want to go with for now. So that worked out pretty well. We got the Pact and another chance of becoming Guppy. We may not be able to fulfill that chance completely, and that's okay. We're just hedging our bets here. We paid 1 heart for, let's just put it this way. Let's say we got Guppy's head for free in that curse room, and we got Guppy's tail for 1 heart. I think that makes me feel a whole lot better about the situation then. Now, that's not the way that it went down, but effectively that is what we paid for those 2 items. I just changed the order and the location of them. So now I feel 100% more justified in what I did. I will open this, because we have a ton of keys, and actually, that gave us 1 more key than I actually spent, so that's good. We do have enough space left over. Oh, another key. We have enough space left over on this floor for another reroll, which is great because the magnet is useless if you can fly. Lemon Mishap is just garbage, and we'll go to our mob trap room, I guess, and see if there's anything in there. If there's a golden chest, I'll definitely open it. And please, more bombs so I can use this Two of Clubs card effectively, because I probably am going to take the Emperor card with me because it's just so useful for the late game. But I would love to have more bombs as well, so we open up that golden chest. We got a penny out of it. Alright, a penny for a key is not a good trade, but that's alright. Hey, cat, don't drink the tea! It's freaking hot, you ding-dong! I know there's somebody that's gonna say you said you were drinking coffee earlier, but now there's tea. The tea is on Kate's desk, but the cat's going, I'm in the middle of a room right now, I can't stop you from drinking. Yeah, of course it's bitter. What do you think? You're a cat, you're supposed to be drinking cat breast milk, not, yeah, exactly. I'm not sure if you guys could hear that, but he's like, fuck that. I agree, cat. What are you doing up there? Okay, he's... Hopefully tea's not something that cats are allergic to. If so, I'm sure I'll hear mouth foaming or something soon. This is pretty much my favorite room in the world when you have the ability to fly, except for the fact that I have knockback, which is real frustrating because it's making it pretty difficult to keep those guys in line with one another. Okay, so we will at least use our Two of Clubs card and get 4 bombs, and we can take the Emperor card with us. That's alright. Lemon Mishap becomes an attack fly, which is pretty good. We got the Mark, an extra 1/3 towards that Guppy progression, an HP upgrade, and is that it? That might be it. An attack fly. I think that's what we got over the course of this floor. And the map! So we have map, compass, ability to fly, decent damage, you know, quad shot, pact, and mark. So it's really, it's up to us now, but we're still not rolling in HP. But that's not necessarily the worst thing in the world. Hopefully curse room on the next floor. There is not one, but there is a boss trap room and an arcade, so that's free items basically. Obviously the other thing that I'm hoping for is that I can get a... You know what, we don't want to do this way because I want to make sure that I have a D6 before I go into that boss trap room. The other thing I want to make sure is that I see if I can get this blood bag, if at all possible. There actually is a curse room. It was right below me. What was that? I was looking on the other side of the map. Getting too big for my britches already. Okay. Guy's got a big stretchy neck here. Many bombs and a Spirit Heart is a pretty good trade-off for a single key, I would say. I probably should have taken damage there. Speaking of damage, our damage much better than it was 3 floors ago, I guess, when I said our damage was adequate. I knew it. The dodges were just so weird in there. I knew I was going to make an error at some point, but that's okay. More money, that will hopefully be useful on our shop, where certainly we won't be fighting greed. That was sarcasm, by the way. I'm pretty confident that we actually will be fighting greed. In hindsight, I've actually totally bunged up the method and order in which I should have done these rooms, but that's okay. We'll check our secret room just before... Hey, that's pretty awesome. We'll check our secret room just before the boss trap room. In fact, I have to go back to the library right now because I wasn't... Or the arcade right now because I wasn't thinking straight, and now I have to gamble away a little bit more, but that's okay. It's a quality problem to have. More money, again, now we actually know for sure that there's going to be something in the shop. Whether or not it's worthwhile is a question for another day. So let's gamble a little bit more. It'll give us even more money, and maybe even the blood bag, in which case I would not want to play it right away. Or not want to pick it up right away because we would want to go to the boss trap room, which contains the pentagram. Nice damage bonus. I had previously thought that the pentagram was +2 damage, but now that I think about it, well, not just now, but recently when I've thought about how crazy +2 damage actually is, I've realized that if that's true, that's nuts, and if it's false, I was stupid to believe it, because that's like having money equals power and 50 cents, basically. Remember, money equals power gives you 0.04 for every cent that you have, 0.04 damage. So 2 damage would be 50 cents if my math is correct there. And by the time you have 50 cents with money equals power, you're doing quite a number on the enemy. So I don't know if pentagram actually is what I thought it was, but either way, you know, considering all the other damage tiers and you know, Horror Babylon style upgrades we have, I'm very pleased to have the pentagram here, and we already picked up the HP upgrade that I would have wanted to get just before going into the room. So now I think we make our way to the item room, which is probably the most likely room to contain something that I don't really want. That was bad damage. Because even though we've already gotten probably my 2 favorite shop items, there's still Nun's Habit Battery 9 volts and, you know, Blue Candle, which I would probably reroll at this point because D6 has been so good to us. I want to make sure, it's like Customer Appreciation Day, I want to make sure that, that the D6 knows that I value it. Kind of want to play this Fortune Teller, but there's no point. Unless we have Mom's Purse, then I mean, there's a point, and that point is getting some Spirit Hearts, but that's, you know, not enough of a point, shall I say. But if we got Mom's Purse, I'll come back and play this. Bomb Bag is just not good enough this late in the game. Unicorn Horn is also pretty bad, but we can go back and play the Blood Bank multiple times as a result of this. Or I could use this to go into the Curse Room, but it's only going to save us a half heart on the Curse Room, so I don't think it's really worth it. Yeah, but if this pays out with the Blood Bag, that would be incredible for us. So we'll play until we get down to Horror Babylon state, just in case it pays out. We want to make sure that we have the opportunity to stay in that Horror Babylon state as long as possible. Worst case scenario, we just end up getting more money here. Oh, I ended up, I think, losing half a Spirit Heart there, just being a little bit too aggressive. Okay, we can probably buy more Spirit Hearts. Either by, you know, in a figure of speech, or in a manner of speaking from this Fortune Teller, just by gambling enough, because we can afford to lose, or via the actual shop, buy them directly later. But we have to make our way over there first. So by the time we get another D6 ready, it will be time for us to check out the shop, so we'll see maybe if the shop is something that we want to reroll instead. The item pool in the shop that's remaining is probably 50% better than the item pool in the form of items that would make my D6 work more frequently, and 50% worse in spacebar items that I would not want, i.e. Blue Candle, but in particular Notched Axe. I guess things like the ladder apply there, Steam Sale, etc., etc. But I think we have a decent chance of getting an okay item at least. Oh, I'm taking a little bit too much damage than I can feel comfortable with. Actually, yeah, it's a Steam Sale. So we'll reroll these first. I don't know why necessarily. I guess it's going to cost me money, but I like the pool in here a little bit better. So I think that is a reasonably smart decision. I might be incorrect there, but we're definitely going to buy this heart as well. Reroll these. We get Book of Revelations, so I paid 15 cents for another Spirit Heart. And we're not going to get another reroll, are we? So, and with no keys available to buy, that's kind of a piss off as well, but maybe we'll get a key drop here. I mean, I guess I'm not going to open any golden chests for the rest of the floor no matter what. And this floor has been a little disappointing with the exception of the pentagram, which is crazy good. I guess I'm going to go play that Blood Bank a few more times. And we're going to end up leaving both our shop and our item room items, which kind of sucks. I should check out our Curse Room. You're supposed to have a reroll when you come in here as well, just in case. Well, okay, just half Spirit Heart down the drain for no reason. Now that I've lost so much health on this floor, we are down to 4.5 spirit hearts with 3 hearts to back it up. I am feeling a little bit skeptical, but we'll see. All we need is one Guppy's Paw drop to make everything feel a little bit nicer. Now, I will maybe even gamble here a little bit because getting an HP plus speed upgrade would be very important for us if we can make it happen. Maybe I'll play until I get down to 30 cents, because otherwise I'm just going to be bored. And I don't like the feeling of boredom. I find it uncomfortable. I think it's a necessary thing. Whenever people complain about being bored, like, oh, I'm bored, I'm always like, you know what, that boredom, that breeds positive things within you. If you learn how to handle boredom, that's a very useful life skill to have. I was an only child. I grew up being bored a lot of the time. Now I very rarely find myself bored, except when I am gambling on shops like this in the Binding of Isaac. And, you know, you read a book or something. I don't want to read a book. Who cares? Just read a book. Who cares? You're bored. Anything's better than doing nothing. Unless you get some perverse entertainment out of just being in the state of boredom, in which case... Oh, pretty fly. That's really good for us. In which case, I don't know what to tell you. You're not bored. Your boredom is entertaining to yourself. I don't know what to tell you. Thank you for that extra bomb, by the way. We've actually gotten very lucky with our gambling so far. Hopefully we get a continual supply of red hearts, more spirit hearts coming out as well. If nothing else, just getting that pretty fly is basically paid for itself, especially considering we have basically spent 0 money here. And actually... we are getting an awful lot of keys as well, which actually will allow us to open some of these golden chests that I previously kind of walked past, and that could always start a chain reaction where we can open all the golden chests and maybe get some items, or maybe just get some red hearts that make it plausible for us to come back here and gamble a little bit more on this arcade, which has been pretty good to us so far, although the one slot machine just keeps paying out with a penny, which is real annoying. Again, gambling, don't get me wrong, I appreciate that it's an integral part of taking a borderline run to a successful run, but it's so boring sometimes that I just can't be happy about it. That being said, we are basically laundering our money into more money and keys and bombs here, and, you know, passive upgrades like Pretty Fly. Now we have a whole orbital, a whole suite of orbitals, which is beautiful. Hopefully we still get a few more red hearts. We're down to 30 cents, but you know what? It's been so good to me, I feel like playing until we get down to 20 cents. We should play until we get down to 0, but, you know, what can I say? I'm not a patient man, and every time we get health, it gives us a chance to win the blood bag, but it also makes me play the machines a little bit more, so it's a little bit of a double-edged sword. Although, again, playing the machines is a good thing. What can I say? I have a complicated relationship with boredom and with, you know, these arcades specifically. Oh my god, you gave me seriously 15 cents right there? That's just spiteful at this point. With 9 keys, I think we can now afford to leave and start opening these golden chests, and this is what I hope is going to be a more ready supply of red hearts than those guys were. But still, that was an incredibly good play. Picked up something like 7 keys. The Devil is not as good as the Emperor card, I think. Probably. It's hard to say. The Emperor card is better when we don't have compass and map, but we do have compass and map, so maybe I'm talking out of my ass. I don't know. We're still at exactly the same number of keys that we started with, and we picked up Lucky Toe. That is like more impetus for gamble. Allow me to take a sip of my coffee here as we kind of progress. I say kind of progress, because we are kind of doing lateral moves here, aren't we? I really, really want the IV, or the blood bag. Now that I've said IV bag, inevitably that will show up. But I'm not sure how much more time necessarily I'm willing to invest into it. Yep, especially when we keep getting, like, nickels out of it. Maybe we'll play until we get down to 30 cents this time. And that's 30 cents irrespective of that other nickel that's on the other side of the screen. So, alright. This could give us another nickel if we're lucky/unlucky. Oh my god, it did. Okay, we'll play until we get down to 35 cents now. Thank you for the extra keys. You know, I feel bad about complaining because this is maybe one of the best gambling sprees I've ever had in my entire Binding of Isaac quote-unquote career. So, you know, talk about looking a gift horse in the mouth, but seriously. More money takes us back to 35. You get one more play each, then I'm exploding the shit out of you. Okay, you paid out with money. You did not, so you get one more play each, then I'm exploding the shit out of you. This one could pay out with a red heart, which would be very nice. Oh, that one did. Okay, you know what? We're stopping this train before it gets too out of control. We got a pill. That's a full health pill. We're definitely going to use that to play more of the, never mind. No, we're not. Maybe full health at this point is better than the Emperor card. Alright, so it all worked out in the end. It took a while for us to get there, but once we got there, that's good news, right? I am going to... Yes, we're going to take full health pill into the fight. Should be able to take out Mom very easily. I think. I wish I was in Whore Babylon state, but we have to make that happen. Hopefully by way of Guppy's Paw a little bit later. If we get Guppy's Paw, like, it's already a pretty good run for us. But if we get Guppy's Paw, there's not a lot that I can see offering any kind of resistance to us winning. Except for the fact that... Actually, no. Very little. Compass map, Guppy, tons of damage upgrades on top of being Guppy, plus Whore Babylon would be active, plus permanent Polaroid invincibility. It would be nuts. We've already gotten Pentagram, Mark, and Pact. So, Cat of Nine Tails sucks. We're just gonna leave that behind, I guess. Because I already have one shot speed upgrade, and I'm a little bit wary about taking two. Now, again, I can find my way to the boss room very easily as a result of my map plus compass combination. And we're doing a lot of damage on the way, even though I don't have the Whore of Babylon-ness up. And we may never have the Whore of Babylon-ness up, but this floor is like our reckoning. It's our Goddardammerung to see if we can actually get the final piece of that Guppy puzzle. I really, really sincerely hope that it is not, if we get it, it's not 9 lives, but it could be fun to try 9 lives as well. I don't know. We'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it, as I so like to say. Now, one of these Gertie J's is going to die soon. Ooh, yes, both of them actually died soon. And we got 2 Spirit Hearts out of it, which is a pretty good payout. We're going to be fighting double Loki. It's kind of bullshit that I spawned on a door where Loki was just standing. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to avoid that damage. Please give me a deal with the devil here. Hey, we did get one, and we got an HP upgrade as well. Guppy's head, or Guppy's paw. No Guppy's paw. I want to reroll both of these. They're both bad. Fuck. Alright, well, we tried. There could still be a curse room. And in fact, there is. And in fact, even more excitingly, I guess, it's on the way. And it is tempting to maybe play that blood bank, but at this point, you know, blood banks have done as much harm to me as good. So, I think it's just smart for me to be smart. That's probably the most obvious sentence maybe I've ever uttered in my playing of Isaac. I think it's smart to be smart. Yeah. Anyway, so we're not going to just lose our health in ways that are, you know, obvious ways that we actually control, if possible. That's just live bombs. So I think we give up the ghost on getting Guppy's Paw. Sucks. Whatever, though. We're still in a very good position, and we've been truly lucky to have gotten a lot of the items that we've gotten so far. There is still the possibility, I'm not holding out a ton of hope, but there's a possibility we could get some red chests that would contain it. There could be curse rooms later in the game. But at this point, I think we're basically stuck with what we've got, and you know what? That is a-okay. So, Chubb is no threat whatsoever with 12 bombs and good damage. I think we're fine. Did I already go to the secret room? I did not. We will fight Greed because there's a reroll pedestal, chance at least, if he drops Steam Sale or Quarter or something like that. Let's just hang out back here. No, he just drops more money. At this point, money equals power would be amazing as well, but, you know, let's ignore that possibility for now. And as long as I manage to hit you with most of my shots, we're pretty good. Now, I do have a huge amount of, like, knockback on my shots, so I've got to be pretty cautious with the way that I handle bombs here. Otherwise, I'm just going to end up wasting them. And I don't want to waste them because they might be very, very important for the Isaac fight. That kind of remains to be seen. But, okay, you can see we're doing, like, very good damage. Zombies? No. Larry Jr.'s. Then zombies. Zombies all died. That's very lucky for me. Those jerkwads, and I think we're gonna get Duke of Flies, yep, and then permanent bombs. So that was a very easy Mom's Heart boss fight. It always surprises me sometimes. It always surprises me sometimes. No, it surprises me sometimes which runs are like the easy ones for Mom's Heart and which ones are the longer ones, if not more difficult ones. It's a long trip to the boss room here. This is the first floor that has made me feel like maybe I would have been smarter to have gone with the Emperor card than the full health card. Because we could have skipped all of this nonsense that's going to happen prior to the boss fight and just gone straight to the boss fight, which probably would have given me a better chance for success. But I guess this is actually fairly mathematical. We can see if there's like a 4 heart difference. Or like if I take 4 hearts worth of damage, then it was probably worth it for me to take the Emperor card instead. Otherwise, full health is maybe more important. Who knows, though? Well, you know, again, math doesn't lie, I guess. But who cares, I guess, is the more important question. I think it's going to be borderline either way. I'm not going to agonize over maybe a, 1 or 2 Spirit Hearts difference when we're in a position where 1 or 2 Spirit Hearts is not going to make or break this run yet. It might on the chest, but it shouldn't on the Cathedral. I think we're going to be fine against Isaac, provided we have even close to this amount of health when we go in. And there is another Tinted Rock here and a Golden Chest. Golden Chest, keys and money, and Tinted Rock gives us a Spirit Heart. So we've actually broken even on the Cathedral so far, which feels real good. Due to my shot speed upgrade, I am able to shoot very, very far across the map, so Pestilence has basically no chance to try funny stuff, and he will die before he even really gets started here. And another red heart, which I can't use. God willing, at least, can't use. And a regular chest makes me think that that's probably not worthwhile in the mob trap room. So we're going to break even roughly before the fight here. So I do think that at this point, it was definitely a better choice to bring full health as opposed to bringing the Emperor card. So I don't really know how we handle this fight without taking damage. We do have a full suite of orbitals, but between Dead Bird, I really hope Dead Bird didn't come out this early. But between Dead Bird and my own rate of fire, we're going to have to dodge like crazy. Or maybe we don't have to dodge. Maybe we just stand still and just focus on doing as much damage as possible. Because it's fairly likely that my dodging is not really going to improve the rate at which decrease the rate at which I take damage. At least by an appreciable impact. I think it's more likely that I should just focus on killing him as quickly as possible, which might decrease the amount of damage I take by a larger factor. Plus, it keeps him slowed more continuously, which actually does make it more likely that if necessary, like if shots are coming in that I can't avoid, that I can get out of the way. Or that I can avoid, I should say. So, Isaac should be dead. I did get hit by a few beams of light from heaven there. And it's at this point where I realize that this full health pill might actually end up being the savior that we need. But we'll find out in time. We have enough keys to see if we get something amazing here, and the rerolls are important. I think Rosary's worth taking, even though it's really bad. This is the only time, basically, when it's good. PhD is not good enough here. I'm PhD. I'm a medical doctor. Wait, that's an MD. Fuck! Alright, well, Daddy Longlegs is pretty good. It's not going to do anything for us on the way to the boss fight, or it's gonna do lots of good stuff for us on the way to the boss fight. It's gonna do shit for us on the boss fight, but we need help getting to the boss as well, even if it just lowers the amount of damage we take on the way. The other two items, I think I'm gonna reroll. I know one of those is the inner eye. I don't know if I've ever gotten inner eye and quad shot in the same run, so considering we're so borderline right now, I think it's in my best interest to not take it, because I don't know if it's just gonna be a wasted pickup. Worst case scenario, obviously, would actually be bad, but I don't see that happening. Oh, the miter is real useful now. I don't see that happening, but it could be not good, and not good at this point is very bad, because we need everything that we can get if we're gonna come out of this one with a victory. I mean, we're not close to dead yet, but it's the kind of thing where I'm like, I can guarantee that we're going to take a decent amount of damage on Isaac, or on Blue Baby, so I really need to go into that fight with as much health available as possible, and especially with the full health pill available if possible. So we're going to reroll triple eye, or inner eye. We found Super Greed, which is, again, probably not worth fighting, but because I can just stand on the other side of the map and be fairly safe, and let Daddy Longlegs do a lot of the damage here, we might get a reroll pedestal. I don't know if that's worth it. We'll see, I guess. Yeah, we do get a reroll pedestal. I'm actually gonna... Well, we'll see what we get here. I'm gonna reroll both of these. This is the same, basically, as having that first room, except I don't have to come back for it later. Or I don't have to use a bomb to come back for it later. Sure, we'll take the Ankh. That actually could be important. And the 1-up, who knows? I doubt it'll be important, but these at least mean if I die, I'm not dead forever. Now, Bloat, obviously real annoying. I baited him into a really bad shot there, so I feel okay about that. But then I took some pretty terrible damage as well. Hopefully the miter results in us getting some extra spirit hearts. Oh, dodged the wrong way. There we go. Okay. Next reroll, obviously, we go back to our starting room. So I think on this room, we definitely do our best to kill Gluttony last. And the reason I say that was really bad, but at least we got Super Greed killed. The reason I say that is because the miter should turn some of Gluttony's... oh no, Daddy Longlegs, you dick! It should have turned some of Gluttony's hearts into spirit hearts, which would be more worthwhile for me right now. Although regular hearts might be worthwhile for me as we get a little later. We'll just take Bob's Curse, it's fine. Yeah, obviously we want to avoid that if possible. I can fly, so I don't need to worry about the creep. If I can keep bloat from jumping, that's where we get the ideal kind of turnout on this fight. That was really good. Alright, so we got one more D6 kind of salvo. It's okay, and I realize I'm using the D6, but you don't need to turn on your police sirens at me. Odd Mushroom is really good. Lifesteal is not, but the damage upgrade is, and HP upgrade, because obviously that scales nicely with full health as well, is a big pickup for us here. Might end up making a difference. I'm pretty confident, but it does depend on what we get on the way to the boss fight, and, you know, whether I take really, really dumb damage on the way to the boss fight, as I have a tendency to do sometimes. The more health I take into the boss fight, the better it is. I mean, that's just an obvious kind of truism, but anyway. Just hang back here. Does Daddy Longlegs attack other Daddy Longlegs? I don't think so. Oh, he did. I think I saw the foot come down there. It was just hard to tell. Yeah, it does. I'm not sure if it does very much damage, but it comes down. Moneybag is pretty terrible. Considering we only have one more item to reroll on, like, that first room, we might as well just use the reroll on the Moneybag, right? Like, is there any reason not to? Maybe? I don't know. I really hope that this will be another room with a gluttony on it, but instead I have found myself in an enviable and an unenviable position here. Took way more damage than I would have liked to coming into this boss fight, but did pick up a damage plus HP upgrade. If we could just get to a half-heart interval, that would be a huge boost, because I could at least spend some time in the Whore of Babylon state and some time with permanent Polaroid invincibility. These guys never enter the diagonal shooting phase, is that correct? That was very close for me. I think Daddy Longlegs, yeah, will finish the job here. We got a Spirit Heart, that's good, and a speed upgrade. I think we take our speed upgrade, reroll the shit out of the money bag, and get Poison Touch, which is actually very, very useful. So, as long as I manage this fight properly, I think there's almost no way we lose. But almost is not guaranteed, which is the title of my new movie. It's starring Steven Seagal and Ja Rule. No, it's not a sequel to Cradle to the Grave. Why does everybody ask? Oh, no, wait, that's Exit Wounds. I always forget. All right, so now we have to use full health, and I'm sorry that we popped it so early. We have only just entered the second phase of the Blue Baby fight, and I've already taken like 4 or 5 damage. I'm going to blame that on my orbitals, but let's not point the finger yet until we know that we're either out of this positively or negatively. It's looking like this is probably going to be A-okay, I guess, huh? Just going to move around a little bit. Drop one of those fat poison bombs in there. Take care of some of the riffraff. Walk up and poison Blue Baby again myself. Drop another poison bomb. And this should be good enough to take us in. Okay, I'm going to just pick up that Spirit Heart. And a couple more hits will be enough. All right, so, as always, thanks for watching Northernlion Plays Isaac. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, make sure to show your support by clicking the like button. It helps out a great deal. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.